On the front of your packet, we have an application for the block party trailer. You fill out the top two sections. The bottom section is for office use only. And you have to have 2 checks turned into the office prior to picking it up. One is a $50 usage fee that goes to replenish stuff that's on the trailer, such as popcorn, the popcorn seasoning, the snow cone stuff. The other is a $100 security deposit, which if you bring the trailer back, it's in good shape, everything inside it's clean and put where it's supposed to be, you get that $100 deposit back. They won't even cash that check, they'll hold it. When you bring the trailer back and the person that's over it inspects it, make sure everything's clean and put where it's supposed to be and in working shape, they will give you, and you have to turn in an event sheet that they call it, which tells about your event, people that you reached with your outreach, if there's any salvations, if there's any rededications.
So you turn that in with the checks?
You turn that in after your event when you bring the trailer back. And once they receive that form and the trailer's checked out and everything's good and clean, ready for the next church, you get your $100 check back. They don't send it to the bank, nothing. They just hold it to make sure. And we've only had one church in the past that had some broken equipment and some very dirty equipment, which to me, this is God's equipment. It's being provided for y'all for a very small price. There's not any reason for a church to be to where they won't clean it up and bring it back properly. And if anything gets broken, come forward and say, hey, we had an accident, this got broken, whatever. But we had one church, brought it back with some equipment broke, very filthy. Took me 2.5 hours just to get it cleaned up. We had to replace equipment. We have a square solar panel. I'll show you where it goes on the tug of the trailer, and it plugs in to charge the generator that's inside. So the electric start works on the generator. That was missing. That's $140 right there. We had to replace it. So we no longer leave that in the trailer. It stays in the office. But like I said, if you bring everything back, you get your $100 deposit back. If you'll look your 3rd page back, there is a trailer inventory checklist. It tells you everything in there, how many of each item you have. That's what you need to go through and check it before you bring it back to make sure everything is there. Because that's what's going to be used here to go through and check it once we get it back here. All of this stuff is in there right now. It's in good working order. As it wears out, normal wear and tear, we replace it.
What size generator is that?
I'm not real sure.
It's just enough to run the...
It will run all the equipment if you have to. There's a lot of extension cords in there. There's a couple 100-foot extension cords. Where if you have electricity at your building you plug into, you don't have to use a generator. There's 2 gas cans in there that are empty. Please do not return it with gas in those. Because everything in there will smell like gas. It gets hot in that trailer sitting out there. Do not leave any gas in the generator. Pour in it what you think you're going to need. If you have to, you can always put more in it. But make sure it all burns out and the tank's empty before you put it back in that trailer. For safety reasons. People don't want, you don't want to get that odor in the popcorn. You don't want it all over everything in the trailer. You don't want a chance of fire in there because just some information here that tells you how to report your evangelism, how to give you some ideas on how to do a training, a life share event. We also have some books I put out here that Carl wrote. That is an example. You don't have to follow this book by any means. It's just an example. You can take this material with you when you leave today so you can look over it, read over it. I'm not going to spend the time to go through page by page. It's just ideas on how to use the block party trailer, how to pull off an event. It's just something to help you in doing your event. And we're not saying this is the only way to do one by any means. We're saying that you can, it's a tool that might give you some ideas and help you, and you may want to do yours totally different. And the little pamphlet they gave you tells you what's in it, about the usage fee and the deposit, description of the trailer, all of that stuff that I've gone over. I realize I'm going pretty quick, but we're on a time schedule, and we're going to go out and pull everything out of the trailer so you can see what it is and get the feel on taking it out and putting it back. Also, DBA has a grant that's available that you have to apply for. If 2 or more churches are going together to put on one of these events, this grant will help you pay for your event as long as there's 2 or more churches that are members of DBA doing it together. So that would go, help you with all your expense as far as buying the hot dogs, the hamburger patties, whatever you're going to serve, your drinks, because that stuff does cost money. And a lot of churches don't have a lot of mission budget. So we offer that grant if 2 or more churches are going to want to team up to do this. You have to apply for it in advance. And you apply for it through the office here. They can give you the forms and show you how to do it. And that can be a big financial help on doing these events. Because you can, 2 churches together, of course, can reach more people than one can. And then you've got the help with the finances. So some of our churches are small, they don't have a big operating budget for missions and outreach, and we understand that. And what we do here is we help churches reach people. We want to help churches work together for a common goal for the kingdom. So we offer that grant. I actually think the grant comes from BGCT. Because they're the one that gave us this trailer. And we use the $50 usage fee for when we have to fix flats, we have to replace the tire over time, light bulbs burn out, just maintenance from normal things that happen. And we require whoever's pulling the trailer to provide a copy of their driver's license and insurance prior to picking it up. Whoever comes and picks it up is responsible for it till it gets back out here. If you use it on a Saturday, you can bring it back on Monday morning. You can come park it over the weekend and then just bring the keys to it on Monday. If you need a place to park it, to get it, to drop it off. And I realize some of our churches don't have places that they can park it, leave during the weekend, cause they're gonna need their parking lot on Sunday, whatever. That's an option, you can go ahead and bring it back, drop it off, and then just bring your keys and your paperwork about your event in on Monday. You can do it in the summer, you can do an event during the week. Like I said, just call a week, 10 days, maybe 2 weeks before you're gonna do your event, make sure the trailer's available on those days. We run a calendar here from the 1st of October until the end of September. It has everything all through the year planned out on it. And when somebody reserves it, we put it on the calendar. That way we can just glance at the calendar and say, yes, it's available, get your paperwork in, or no, we're gonna have to figure out some other dates. We haven't really had a problem with it, people trying to double book it, but I would say at least a couple of weeks ahead of time, because it is first come, first served, so that way you can make sure it's gonna be available when you actually want it. We've used this at our church. It's a good tool for outreach. And we have everything in there, cotton candy machine, hot dog rolling machine, we have electric grill, we have a big charcoal grill.
Don't use that inside.
No, you have to use that outside the trailer. Well, everything has to be outside the trailer when you're using it, because it's not much space in there, and it gets too hot in there. We have a snow cone machine, we have a popcorn machine, we furnish you the popcorn, the seasoning, the oil. We furnish all the snow cone stuff. You may have to buy some syrup if we don't have what you, flavors you want, or maybe we might not have enough on hand at the time. But all the equipment's there. We have ice chests, we have beverage coolers, you can mix tea or lemonade or whatever up in. It's all available to you. It takes a 2-inch ball on your trailer hitch to pull this trailer. You can pull it with a half-ton pickup, because I've done it.
How much does it weigh?
I'm not exactly positive. It says anywhere in here what it weighs. You have to have a 4-prong electric connection for the lights on it. I'm not seeing where it says anything about the.
Is it 2 axle or 1 axle?
It is 2, I believe,
So probably
if I remember correctly.
35 minutes.
Yeah, it's pretty heavy when you get it full of stuff. I take it back. It may just, I think it's just 1 axle. But
Yeah, it's just 1 axle according to the picture.
yeah, it is, and it's very heavy once you get it loaded up with everything.
So if it's only 1 axle, it can't be more than 3,500 pounds.
Right.
I'm sure.
Right, like I say, you can pull it with a half-ton pickup. I've seen a person pull it with a Nissan Frontier. It's not that hard to pull by any means. Do we have any questions? I know I went over it fast, but we're gonna spend the majority of our time out there pulling everything out so you can see what all is in there and see how to put it back in. And it's marked where everything goes.
That's good.
So, all you gotta do is follow your diagram, but you wouldn't believe how many churches come up and don't get it back in there right. Of course, your checklist is you got 1 trailer, you got a trailer lock, you got a generator, 4 50-foot electrical cords, 200-foot electrical cords, a hot dog cooker, a cotton candy machine, electric griddle, there's games, there's 4 canopies, there's 3 6-foot trailers, there's 3 table games, there's 6 6-foot tables, there's 24 chairs, folding metal chairs. Of course, you got your first aid kit, your fire extinguisher. You got your sound system with amplifier, microphones, stands and cords, a 5-gallon igloo drink coolers, your 3 ice chests, popcorn machine, snow cone machine, charcoal grill. You got everything you need. I mean, there's a lot of stuff packed in that little trailer, but you have to put it back the way it's in there to get it all in there.
Take a picture first.
And, well, it's diagrammed on where everything sits. It says, it's written out and where everything's set and marked off. So just put stuff where it says it goes. But you wouldn't believe how many times it comes back and stuff's not where it's supposed to be. It's just chunked in there. Because they're tired, they're ready to get through, and they just load it up any way they can get it in there. And then that makes it hard on us, because we gotta go through everything, pull it out, and re-put it in to make sure everything's there and that it's clean. Okay, if y'all don't have any questions, we're gonna go ahead and go outside. We'll let you in on a little secret. When you're gonna unload and reload this, have it hooked to a trailer, because if you don't, it's gonna rear straight up in the air with you when you walk up to the front of the trailer. This is your barbecue grill. That bucket, just put your ashes in, and so we've had people bring it back with a bucket full of ashes sitting in there. You can cook in this little thing, or you can cook up there. 10 by 10 square canopies. There's 4 of them. So,
That's pretty neat. I didn't think it came with all that.
yes, they stand up. You have the 4 legs and the big cover, 10 by 10 cover.
It's got spikes for the legs.
Well,
I bet it don't have sandbags.
no, it don't, but a lot of people stick them in a 5-gallon bucket with some sand. But most people are doing it on asphalt, and you're not going to drive stakes in the asphalt. We've got totes with extension cords in here. It says on the end of the tote what's in it. This tote's got all your cooking utensils in it. Got another tote of extension cords. You got one here with baseball games and stuff to play your games. Oh, here's the stakes for those canopies. Okay. Look like big nails.
Don't get so anxious. You got your hinges all over. There you go.
Another crate of extension cords. So like I said, there's plenty of extension cords. your cotton candy paper things to twirl cotton candy around. And that's the cloth to make the cotton candy out of.
Woohoo!
That right there is your bean bags, your frisbees, and your baseballs for your games. These are your game boards. You got 3 or 4 games. Throw your There's your cotton candy machine. I'm not gonna pull it out.
No, don't.
Here's your electric grill. You want to do your hamburgers on that, or if you want to do pancakes, if you're doing a breakfast meal. This is your snow cone machine. Put your ice in it, run your ice through here, and it tops it all up. You've got a door that opens on it. This is the cover for your cotton candy machine right here.
Uh-huh.
You've got your popcorn machine. You've got your 6-foot tables under here. Once those canopies come out, you can just slide them out. And I'm gonna go around and open the side door and make it a little easier. Three ice chests. Here's your drink coolers. You got 2 5-gallons and 1 10.
Wow.
The church I told you about brought this stuff back dirty. Those coolers were full of dirt and grass. How it got in there, I don't know.
8 inch.
This
I'm
is a
gonna walk in front
speaker.
of you, Ray.
Here's your sound board. They're the same, so I'm not going to pop the other end off. They're a Fender brand.
Holy smoke. The whole setup weighs less than one of my speakers. Tell how old my
24
speaker
chairs.
Fender passports for these speakers.
And as you can see, everything's marked where it goes back. Here's your popcorn seed and your 2 gas cans I told you about. The snow cone syrup and the popcorn oil is kept inside. It'll be too hot here in this trailer. We got a trailer hitch. If you don't have a ball hitch on your trailer, it goes to a receiver hitch. Got all kinds of extra tie-down cords. Got extra pins to go through there to pin your hitch. This is a extension cord for the battery deal. Your chock blocks to chock it. There'll be concrete blocks underneath it here. You just kick them aside, put them under it when you bring it back. Got a fire extinguisher hanging here. Got a first aid kit. Got your banner that says block party. This is your hot dog rolling machine.
All right.
Got your little boom box. Play CDs on. Got your jack if you have a flat. This here has all your cords, microphone for your speakers. There's microphones in that bag with the speaker stand. So you've got the whole setup. We actually got a lug wrench in here if you needed it. Hope you don't. Try to keep the tires in good shape, air it up. here's the generator. If the battery's dead, you've always got a full start. Like I said, please don't bring it back with gas in it or gas in the can. It says it's 2100. You run anything, all of the equipment, you have to use a generator. This is got the insurance in here on the trailer. This has got checklists in it if you need them. Got all of the operation manuals on all the equipment in here. And like I said, you can see where it's painted. The markings are all up, the shelves are all marked where every piece of equipment goes. And since it's so hot in that trailer, I'm gonna let y'all put this stuff back. So you can get a feel on doing it. We got it stored here. We put this in the ball so nobody can hook up to it.
Yeah, yeah.
And Kathy will have the key. You'll have to come up here when the office is open to pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
So you get the key from her.
In the 2016 is written where, so if we need it.
Kathy will tell you, remind you when you get it, pick it up, and it's also written on this trailer hitch.
Mr. Bob, where does that go?
This, take it off, when you unhook it from your truck, you stick it up in that ball, and this circle goes over the tongue, about through here. That way nobody can't steal you. Hook the trailer up, take it off. Yeah, you have to roll it around so it ain't unlocked. Okay, yeah,
All in lock.
stick it in there, and once you get it in there, you hold it and roll in, and then it's locked. Here's this square deal I was telling you about where the solar panel goes in to charge it. We try to keep it charged up so y'all won't even have to mess with it. Like I said, the panel's kept in there since it walked off. I don't put it in the trailer anymore. Here's the cord where we set up to plug it in. Okay, is that back door locked?
Yes, it is.
Okay, then that concludes your trailer training.
Yes!
And whoever reserves it and picks it up has to have gone through this training. But that concludes it. Y'all have a good rest of your day.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.